This is Wendy Servey. I'm from the Los Alamos Fire Department. I'm the Deputy Fire Chief. And thank you for inviting me to the Toppers game today. Now we have a recruit, Academy 31 going on. They're in their recruitment period. They'll be done in May. And we're also recruiting for another academy right after that. If you enjoy fitness, if you enjoy teamwork, you work well with others, you have a dedication to your sport, then you're probably going to have a dedication to the team. And that's what we're looking for, because firefighting is a team sport. A lot of times we have to collaborate with a lot of agencies in the area, as far as the community, the police department, the hospital. So you have to have good people skills, and I know that Toppers have good people skills. We're also looking for some people who have dedication to what's going on or the task at hand. Firefighting is a team sport, so we would welcome anything that you can give to us, because we're looking for you, and go Toppers.
Hello, I'm Deputy Chief Oliver Morris of the Los Alamos Police Department, and I just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about some safety initiatives that we want to bring forth to the community as the 2022-2023 school year starts in Los Alamos. School is right around the corner, and we want to remind parents and students to make sure that you leave enough time to get to school on time, so we're not rushing. As you can see behind me, all school zones are 15 miles an hour when students are going to school, even if they're not present. So let's slow down and just make sure our students are safe. Secondly, I want to remind us that when the buses are stopped and their stop signs and lights are activated, we want traffic to stop in both directions to allow time for students to cross the street to keep them safe. The other thing I want to talk about is our school campuses. It's important to remember that during school, campuses are closed to the general public, as well as the playgrounds and facilities, while school is in session. This also includes Sullivan Field and the Sullivan Field parking lot. We want to make sure that school is meant for just school hours and school staff. Please check in with the staff regularly if you're going to be planning on visiting our campuses. We have a long history at Los Alamos to have amazing school resource officers. These officers are there to provide an atmosphere of safety and security for our students and faculty, but they're also there to foster positive relationships with students. So we use our school resource officers just to ensure that everything is safe in our schools. The other thing I'd like to direct our community to is on the losalamosschools.net website. If you click on the Safety and Wellness section, you will see that there's the See Something, Say Something app. This app is a great tool to report anything that has to do with safety, whether it's bullying, or whether it's a suspicious person on campus, or anything you think is safety related for our schools. Please use this app to report any suspicious behavior so that we can work in concert with the Los Alamos Public Schools to make sure everyone is safe. And that's the final message that I have for you today, and I just want to make sure that we have a safe and fun school year, and go Toppers.
Hi there, my name is Kristen O'Hara, and I'm the Director of Interpretation at Pajarito Environmental Education Center. We are the nonprofit that runs the Los Alamos Nature Center. Bears are active in Los Alamos during spring, summer, and fall. New Mexico Game and Fish recommend the following 6 bear-wise basics to keep you and our bears safe. Do not feed or approach bears. Whether it's unintentional or intentional, feeding black bear in our community is incentivizing them to come into our residential neighborhoods for food. And we do not want to do that. They are wild animals. They're equipped for finding food themselves. Our people food is not the best thing for them. As far as approaching bears in the wild, it is best to stay away from black bear. If a black bear hasn't seen you and you happen to see one across the street from you, take a moment to have that beautiful experience, but do not approach a black bear. Make sure to secure your garbage cans and recycling. Bears have a very keen sense of smell and can rip open garbage cans very easily, so having them secured with some sort of bungee cord or something to keep the lids down is the best way to keep our bears in our community safe. Remove bird feeders during prime active bear times. Black bears in Los Alamos are active anywhere between the very end of April, May to the middle of November. So during those times, anything we can do to keep our bears safe by not giving them food is better for bears and better for us. So at night, for instance, at the nature center, we take down the bird feeders that we have outside and put them back up in the morning. So that is something you can do. But if you do have a bear at your house that has eaten from your feeders, make sure to take your feeders down for a length of time around 2 weeks, so the bear does not acclimatize to coming to your house for food. Do not leave your pet food outside. If you happen to feed your animals outdoors, put your food bowls out there, make sure your animals have your fill, but make sure you bring them in after your animal is done eating. That'll, again, keep the bears safe. Clean and store your grills. That means cleaning your grills thoroughly, removing all fat and food that could have dropped in the base of the grill, and then storing it in an inaccessible place, so a place the bears cannot get to, like a garage or even inside your house, if that's a possibility. I know not everybody has a garage, but just keeping in mind a good place to store a grill that is away from that can be away from bears accessing it. And I guess our last bear safety tip is to tell your neighbors, communicate with your neighbors and your friends about bears that have been spotted in the area, or these safety tips that you've learned here today. The more knowledge we can give to our neighbors and our friends, the better, and it will keep our bear neighbors and our human neighbors as safe as possible. Good luck, toppers, on your season.
Hi, I'm Curtis Christensen, Managing Director of the Los Alamos Program Management Office here at TechSource. TechSource is honored to have the opportunity to support Hilltoppers basketball. We are part of the lab's triad team working towards mission delivery, and we are part of the community right here, living the example that it is team that gets it done. To borrow some of the famous Coach Wooden's words, the main ingredient to winning is team. All the team. The players that listen, push, and focus during practice, the support from the bench, and those 5 on the court. Los Alamos is a special community. We count ourselves lucky to be able to have the opportunity to support its people, events, and organizations. Good luck today. Go Toppers.
Join the University of New Mexico Los Alamos for the exceptional education. Join us for the small class sizes. Join us for the quality faculty and staff who are dedicated to your success. Whatever your reason for joining us, start here, go anywhere. Go Hilltoppers.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to White Rock. I don't know what they call this park, but here we're down in White Rock for a softball game. It'll be the final softball game of the regular season for the Hilltopper girls, and it's a district game, and so they're trying to wrap up the district. They have already wrapped up the district, I should say. And so this will be the little icing on the cake here as we're going to go up against the Taos Tigers tonight. They met the Tigers once before and won those games fairly easily. So we'll see how things go today. But Taos coming into the ball game right now is no, they're kind of hot. They're looking pretty good. They ran up some. They played Milwaukee. That game went at 18-17, and then there's a double header. And then the second game was 14-13. They lost both games by one, but boy, they put a lot of runners on base, but so did Milwaukee. So it'll be an interesting situation. The Tigers come into the ball game with 3 wins and 18 losses. They're 1-8 in district play, and they should be more than that actually. And so, well, I guess not. I guess they have a doubleheader left. So this is the final home game of the season for the Hilltoppers, and they're going up against the Taos Tigers. This is Gene Martinson with the Mike Mays. And it's going to be our pleasure to bring you this ball game this afternoon. It's a cool afternoon. It's not like freezing, but it's cold. But of course, this time of year in Los Alamos, it's windy. But anyway, we'll see how it goes here, Mike.
Yeah, sure will. Yeah, it is windy. It's actually senior afternoon here at Hope Field, by the way. That's the name of this facility, Hope Field here at Overlook Park. And we are getting the seniors recognized for Los Alamos. And it looks like more than a single flower this year. So are they going to even have any budget to go to state now? I don't know. That's a pretty serious business.
Yes.
But in any event, Tauber's coming in with a record of 18 wins and 7 losses overall. 10-1 in district, as Gene said. They have clinched the District 2 4A championship, so they will be moving on to the postseason, which will get going in very short order. This is the final game of the regular season for Los Alamos. Taos still does have a couple of games left after this, but Toppers will be moving on. Right now, by the way, Gene, Toppers ranked number 6 in Class 4A. They are top 5, but just in case you're interested, is the Artesia Bulldogs. That's a shocker at number 1. Silver City is number 2. The Gallup Bengals, who just kind of came off a very impressive basketball season on the girls' side. They are number 3 in softball. Lovington is number 4. And wouldn't you know it, our old friend St. Pius sitting in the 5 spot. So, good friend St. Pius. Toppers are ranked number 6. So the Toppers clinched the district officially this past Saturday, knocking off the Moriarty Pintos, winning both ends of that doubleheader. In the first game, Natalie Cedillo went 3 for 5. She had 2 runs batted in, and Abby Herrera 4 for 5 in that first ball game, pair of doubles, and she scored 4 times. In the second game, Toppers got a nice offensive showing from Hannah Bergerman. She went 2 for 4, knocked in a pair of runs. Sydney Kitts went 1 for 3 with a double, and she knocked in a pair of runs. And Reina Naranjo 2 for 3, and she scored twice. So Toppers really have a lot of offensive weapons, and that should serve them well coming up. But getting to state and doing all that, I mean, the pitching quality ramps up quite a bit, and we've seen that. And softball, interesting sport, as we've said before. you can literally win the state tournament with one good pitcher and one hitter, and sometimes those are the same person.
Yeah, we've seen that a number of times. Faced that a number of times.
Yes,
by the way,
the young lady from Bernalillo who was lights out. She led them to a state championship a few years ago, all practically unhittable, and she was their best hitter too.
Yeah, she would strike everybody out, and then she'd go up to the plate and hit a home run, and then that was all they needed.
You just one run's about all she needed. So
that was it. Once she got that run in, and it was all over. And then we went to, actually that one year we did make it down to Cleveland, to the state tournament down in Cleveland, and we faced the Los Lunas Tigers, and it was the same situation there. So they had an awesome pitcher, and we just had a heck of a time with that pitcher. And so then we roll around, and we didn't lose by very much, but then you roll around to the second game, and here comes out the same pitcher.
yeah. That's right.
And it was a double elimination, so we were doubly eliminated. But it's interesting. So we'll see maybe how the Hilltopper girls. The Hilltopper girls are doing very, very well this year. They're playing very well, hitting like crazy. And so they just, in all aspects of it right now, the Hilltopper girls are playing very well. And the pitcher right now is going to head up there at Nadia Cedillo. And Nadia is an excellent pitcher, and she has great control, and she can move the ball around, and she's got a lot of speed. That fastball of hers is just something else. And also, she's a tough girl to hit too. We'll see how Taos does. Boy, they banged away at Milwaukee, and then just before that, they played Espanola, and it was the same situation at Espanola. They lost both of those games by, I think, a run, and they were state games like 13-14. So Taos is showing that they can hit the ball, and so we'll see how they come up with. So let's see. And Mike, you have the first three batters for.
Sure do. Coming up for the Taos Tigers here at the top of the first inning, as we are just about ready to get underway. Selena Shropshire will lead things off. She is the center fielder for the Taos Tigers. Then number 23, Ariana Gutierrez. She's the shortstop. She'll be followed by Isabel Lucero. She is pitching for the Tigers today. Should any of those ladies get on board, Jordan Mirabal is the cleanup batter, and she plays first base for the Toppers defensively today. Michaela Guillen will start at first base. Second base, Hannah Bergeman. The shortstop is Jamie Cisneros. At third base is Sydney Kitts. The outfielder, Lindsay Ferran in left field. Oriana Naranjo in center field. And who's the right fielder? Oh, I'm sorry. Maria Di Herrera is playing third base. Sydney Kitts is in right field. So here we go. Selena Shropshire going to lead things off for the Tigers. By the way, Gene, behind the plate today is Abby Di Herrera, and of course, Cedillo is on the mound.
So 3 straight strikes. She called strike, a swing, tipped the ball, came right back into the catcher's mitt, and then another called strike. So Selena Shropshire didn't last long, and it took 3 pitches by Nadia to get her out. And so now at the plate right now, we have, it looks like it's going to be Ariana Gutierrez, if I am correct. So Ariana Gutierrez, what position does she play, Mike?
She is the shortstop for the Tigers, and quickly 3-0 to
Whoa.
Ariana.
Well, that's unusual. Well, here comes the meatball. No meatball.
No, I was low and inside. So 4 balls. I'm as stunned as you. I thought that would have been, an off-speed pitch right off the heart of the plate. And then go to 3 and 2. And
so now we have Isabella Romero comes up to. She has a runner on first, and they looked like they are gonna send her, but boy, I'm telling you, the Hilltopper pitch catcher was ready and waiting for that one. So runner on first, and that is Ariana Gutierrez. At the plate right now is Isabella Lucero, and so as Lucero takes a pitch, that was a little high and outside, but she's called out on strike. So right now it's 2 strikeouts for Nadia and 1 walk. So she takes the first batter down in 3 pitches, and she four pitches to walk the batter, and then 3 pitches to put down the next batter. There's the throw down to second. Nope. Oh, they would have had her in a pickle. She took off. She got caught, but then they got the ball down the field for Los Alamos. I mean, right away, that pitch whip, the ball went out to Hannah Bergerman, but Hannah couldn't handle it. But she handled it. There's the swing and miss. And if Hannah had caught that, they'd have had her in a pickle. Your favorite word?
Yeah, I died. That there is no more technical term in baseball or softball than pickle.
Pickle, yes, that's it. Swing and miss. And the
runner goes down to second, uncontested.
Yeah, she just heads down there. So right now it's 2. What do we got here? A couple
1 and 2 the count, 2 down. Runner at second here for Jordan.
Swing and miss, and so that's that.
Nice fastball to close out that top of the first inning. So for the Tigers, no runs, no hits, no topper errors, 1 runner left on base. So we are scoreless after half an inning. Toppers heading to the plate now. And coming up for the Toppers will be the pitcher, Nadia Cedillo, followed by shortstop Jamie Cisneros and Abby D. Herrera. Batting third, playing behind the plate, and Sydney Kitts is in the cleanup spot should anybody get on base. For the Tigers, well, we're not 100% sure. We have a bunch of girls in the lineup today that are not on the regular roster, and let's see if we can.
Got the rosters about 5 minutes before the game started.
Yeah, and so not everybody was listed on the roster, and of course we were not supplied with first names. So, I mean, that makes things doubly easy. I'll tell you, Isabel Lucero is pitching, and behind the plate, Carissa Sanchez. At first base, Jordan Mirabal. At second base, Mia Jean-Tet. The third baseman, Amaya Espinoza. And Ariana Gutierrez is at shortstop. We're a little dicey with the outfield. We'll see if we can pick those off in a bit, but we will update you as we can. But Cedillo at the plate now for Los Alamos. Los Alamos, as we said, Gene has already clinched District 2 4A. They will be in the playoffs, and that field gets announced, I think, on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it should be. Yeah, so the pitcher for Los Alamos right now is at the plate, so she steps up there. Nadia Tadia, first pitch, is a ground ball out into left field. Having a little trouble with it, but they do scoop it up, and so that holds Nadia. But the first pitch to Nadia, and she has a base hit, and she sets down to first base, and then so that now will bring up is Jamie. Let's see, I can't remember. See, let's see. The Ducks batter for Los Alamos is Jamie Cisneros. Sorry. There's a throw down to second, and diving into second for the steal is going to be Nadia. So Los Alamos waste no time getting a runner in scoring position. Jamie Cisneros is at the plate for Los Alamos. And so second batter, runner on second. There's a fouled off over the first base dugout.
And Gene, the most important part of that stolen base, Nadia dove into second and got her uniform dirty. She didn't really need to, but that doesn't matter.
Ground ball down to third. She misses it, goes through the shortstop. Coming around from third is going to score, and then holding up at first is Jamie Cisneros. So what should have been an easy play would have been tough to double it up, but that should have been an easy play at second or first. And the third baseman, she went through her glove. She's backed up by the shortstop. Shortstop leaned down and went under her glove and ended up out in left field. And so Jamie ended up, she did get she held on at first base as Nadia Cedillo just came all the way in. So the Hilltoppers start things off with right away with a run. And see who we got at the plate here, Mike, as she fouls it off.
That is Abby Dijarena, number 3 batter, catching this afternoon for the Toppers. Is getting a little breezy here.
Slightly, yes.
The wind's kind of, it's actually whipping around pretty good. Cisneros way off the base. First baseman didn't go back to cover the base. Had she done that, she would have been in trouble. She was a little far off over there.
Yeah, she was. And the catcher ran halfway to first base. So there's a fly ball out into right field, and that's going to be foul. Now that's barely foul. There's not a whole lot of room between the line and the fence out there. So yeah, actually it's pretty easy. You get into the right field, you can score a home run, but or at least to get some extra bases, because that ball usually hits that fence and then goes down into that corner, and that makes it really tough. Abby D. Herrera is at the right at the plate right now for Los Alamos. And so there's a ground ball down to third, and that's scooped up very nicely by the third baseman, and they catch Jamie Cisneros coming down from second base, so she goes down, so that's one away. And Abby D. Herrera is at first on the fielder's choice.
Actually, that ground ball a little slow. Had it been a little faster, the Tigers wouldn't have had a chance to turn that. It was fielded very well.
There's a bunt back to the pitcher, and the pitcher overthrows first base. And so that's going to send home a runner, and they're even going to send they're going to send Abby D. Herrera all the way to third base. So Abby, let's see, that wasn't Abby. I'm sorry, who that was?
That was Abby.
Okay.
Abby scored. The bunt was from Sydney Kitts, and she ends all the way up on third. Wow. So Toppers 2 runs in already, and just 1 away, and a runner on third with Michaela Guillen stepping up to the plate. Toppers already off to a good start here in the bottom of the first inning as Guillen watches a ball outside.
And a little breezy, but not that horribly breezy. And she takes a swing and it's on a high pitch. That was way up over the shoulders, and she took the swing, and the very top of the bat just barely caught the ball. fouls it back to the screen.
Yeah, that was a big swing too. She
She
was looking to take advantage of the wind, I think.
And this is high pitch. Good job by the catcher for Taos to pick that one up. So right now the situation is, I guess, we have, let's see, we scored Jamie Cisneros. And she was thrown out. We scored Abby De Herrera. And so there's a foul ball behind the backstop, goes over the backstop. So we scored Abby De Herrera, make it 2-0. And right now on third base is Sydney Kitts. And she got over there on a whole slew of errors. And so
we're waiting to retrieve the ball there.
Yeah. So Kayla Guillen still at the plate for the Hilltoppers. Perfect day for softball. Whoa, called strike. Little floater. She didn't take a whole lot off of it, but it was pretty much a little floater, and it just kind of floated over the bag. And so Michaela takes a look at it, gets a called, picks up the called strike. So Michaela takes a swing, and
no, she actually held up. She was
held up, yes.
Not by much. That was close. And now the umpire going out to talk to the pitcher.
Yeah. So so you can't do that anymore. Whatever you're doing. So was that a 3-2 pitch?
That was a 3-2 pitch. So
yeah. So Michaela Guillen down to she goes down on a walk.
Having a long discussion there. Finally, we broke it up between the umpire and Isabel, and she looks like she got what was coming to her. Whatever she was doing, that's gonna end right now.
Yeah, McKee again. I thought it struck out because there's another little floater, and McGeehan just easily goes down to second base. So they have runners on second and third. Sydney Kitts is over at third. Kayla again is now down at second, and we have one out. And so showing bunt, but not doing anything with the bunt right now. And at the plate is Rihanna Naranjo. Oh, here comes the wind. And so Rihanna Naranjo, she fouls it off. So I'm trying to catch up on my bookkeeping as we go, because they handed us the lineups about 2 or 3 minutes before the game started, which is typical.
That doesn't work out that well for us.
Fouled straight.
Works out great for them, but not for us so much. So
no, and then they bring us their carbon copy, which is the fourth carbon copy. And sometimes you just look at it and is anything on it? Whoa, nice pitch and a good swing that time by Rihanna, but she fouls it off.
That was a protective, so that was a heck of a pitch, actually. I think that fooled Rihanna pretty. She actually did all right just to get a little piece of it.
Yeah, she was lucky because she put it right in there. This is way out into right field. And say no, it goes foul, just barely foul.
Just foul. And way down the right field line, like you said, there isn't a whole lot of room. But if you could sneak one off into that just down the line, there's a little bit of a drop off there, and it's going to roll to the fence.
Well, there's one out in the left field, boy. And
right off the base of the fence, that's going to score 2 runs. Digging for third is Rihanna, and she's going to make it.
Yes, boy, beautiful triple, and that was a high fly ball out there. I thought it was going to clear of the fence, but boy, just hit the, like Mike said, just hit the base of the fence. And so that brings home Sydney Kitts from third. And then Michaela Guillen comes in from second. So that right now makes it 4-0, and the triple over, standing on third base with a triple, Rihanna Naranjo.
Boy, oh boy. And I tell you what, if there wasn't any wind, that would have been out easy. The wind just completely knocked that down because she got a hold of that one.
Yeah, she really did. And so at the plate right now for Los Alamos is we have Hannah Bergerman. She's a second baseman. And so it's Hannah at the plate. She has one away and a runner on third base. And so Hannah fouls it off. And that just bangs into the first base dugout. So 4 runs in right now. We had Nadia Cedillo lead off, and then Jamie Cisneros. She got thrown off out on a fielder's choice, and Abby De Herrera was able to make it down to first on that. So this pitch is going to be low and kind of in the dirt. Wish those lights on that scoreboard were a little brighter.
2-1, it looks like the count right now. Just one away for the Toppers. 3 runs in already. And fastball is going to run inside on Hannah.
Yeah, high and inside, so she's at 3-1 now. And so Bergman ready for the 3-1 pitch, and she fouls it off, so she goes full.
Boy, oh boy, and Hannah's not too happy with that. Was the exact pitch she wanted and just couldn't quite get a hold of it. That was it had just a little bit more on it than a meatball, and just hit it right off the end of her bat, unfortunately.
Yeah, so this one she gets a hold of, and this one's going out in the right field, and this one's going to be fair. I do believe that's.
No,
they're going to say foul.
It hooked foul. I thought it went out, but no, just hooked foul on the right side. That was a heck of a hit.
I know, really, and I thought for sure, as far as deep as it was, and as close as that line is down to the fence, and as deep as it was, I thought for sure that was in. But anyway, so she's still facing a full count. 1 away, 4 runs in for Los Alamos right now, and Anna Bergen waiting again for that full count pitch. And this one she puts right over second base out into center field, and so that will easily score Rihanna Naranjo. So Naranjo comes in to score, and that makes it 5-0. And then Hannah Bergman with a nice hit out into center field. So she gets the base hit, and so now who do we have at the plate now, Mike?
This will be Lindsay Ferran. She is the left fielder. She is ready. Toppers have been hitting the ball all over the place here. And a big fly ball out in the left field. Whoa. Oh, and it hooks just foul.
Just foul. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. Kid's got a hold of that one, but the wind just completely blew it the other way. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Lindsay Ferran, boy. I mean, boy, did she bang that thing. And like Mike said, if it hadn't been for the wind, because the wind is blowing actually from the east. So anything going that direction is going to catch the wind. So throw down to Sue.
Stolen base for Bergman, and Bergman does exactly what she's supposed to do, Gene.
I didn't think she was going to make it to the bank.
She did start her slide a hair early, but she was able to made it to the second base with absolutely nothing to spare.
No, the ball gets away from the catcher, so Hannah's going to come around to third. But and went down on that steal, and she decided to dive. And like Mike said, she took off a little early. It went sliding down, and she was still short of second base. She was laying there with her arms outstretched, but she still hadn't touched second base, so she had to scoot up to get up there to touch second base. But so Lindsay Ferran still at the plate for Los Alamos. We still only have one out, and Lindsay lifts one. This is a foul ball, and so see, Lindsay is what does she play?
Lindsay is the left fielder, and after her we will have Donalisa Rodriguez, and then we'll swing around to the top of the order, and Fran rolls one down the third baseline, foul, and she's taken a couple of big swings. She actually hit that one, I think, off the handle, but that was a big swing for Lindsay as well. So she's very, very aggressive at the plate. 3-2 count here. And that one is going to float outside. Not a bad pitch.
No.
But just a little bit off the outside corner. So Ferran draws the walk.
Runners on second, on the first and third. So I imagine they'll send Lindsay.
Yeah. So
only one away. Sure, Lindsay's going to be going. Here comes the pitch, and there goes Lindsay. The throw down to second, which I don't understand, and that's going to allow Hannah Bergman allow Hannah Bergman just to walk into the plate.
Yeah, that wasn't. The throw to second wasn't that close, and then Bergman just strolled into home.
And
so
Lindsay steals second, but I'm surprised they made the play. I mean, it wasn't any question Lindsay was going, and with a runner on third, I'm surprised they said you try to pick off the runner going to second. But that's what they tried to do, and they paid the price. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-0 right now is the score. And swing and a miss, and so they scoop it up, and catcher drops the ball, but catcher drops the ball, and then Elisa and
Rodriguez,
so she strikes out essentially, and so this is going to bring up the bottom of the order for Los Alamos.
No, we're back at the top with Cedillo.
Oh, okay.
So we have a flex player, and that is Maria De Herrera.
Oh, that was Annalisa that just batted.
Yes, yeah, she is the designated player, not hitter, the player.
Oh, okay.
So let's make sure we got that. And that ball going to get away from the catcher,
They
but
got a pickle, and she's safe.
wow, how did Ferran get back to third?
I have no idea.
They had her dead to right.
I thought she was out by 3 feet. I mean, I couldn't believe the referee called her safe. She tried to come in. The ball got away from the catcher. They got her in a pickle. She took off. They threw it to third. She dove into third, and somehow they call her safe. And I thought they had her for sure. But we're already all the way around back to the top. Mike says to the top of the order once again. There goes my bookkeeping is a mess now. So this is going to be an inside pitch. So Sadia, who stood up there and got a base hit to start things off and score their first run. And now here comes Jamie Cisneros, who was thrown out on a fielder's choice. We right now have 2 outs in this ball game. We're in the bottom of the first inning, and this ball gets away from the catcher, and Lindsay decides to heck with it.
Probably a good idea. Lindsay didn't make much of a move off of third.
She doesn't need the dirtier uniform, so it's already dirty. So that's the one thing they got you when you get into the locker room there. When you go home, it's like Did you dirty your uniform? If you didn't, like, what were you doing? Did you play? Boy, beautiful hit out into the right field. Wow. And she's going to try to make it 2. And
she does.
She does. Unbelievable. I can't believe she went for 2 on that. That was Jamie Cisneros, and she comes up with a double.
Yeah, nice line drive right down to the right field. And Cedillo stretches into 2. When you're up 8-0, you can take a couple of, you can roll the dice a little bit. I think stretching that into the double, but that'll bring up D Hedena to the plate, and her first at bat, she grounded out into fielder's choice. That was the first out of the inning, and it took a while for the Tigers to record that second out. And then one gets away from the catcher, and down to third base is Cisneros. So Abby is ready. 1-1 in the count here. 2 away. We are still in the bottom of the first inning. 8-0 in favor of Los Alamos. And Lucero, her fastball is going to run inside. It's going to make it 2-1 on Abby.
So Abby De Herrera at the plate right now for Los Alamos, and the Hilltoppers piling up the runs here in this first inning. It's going to go right back to the pitcher. He can't get a hold of it. The second baseman comes in. The shortstop comes in covering. Beautiful play by the shortstop, but then the shortstop ended up throwing it high over first base. But it got away from the pitcher, but right there was the shortstop. Boy, he done a great job of backing her up and picking it up. I thought she had her out. She would have had her out, except the throw to first was high. So right now we have runner on second. So who's at the plate right now, Mike? We got,
let's see. That is
Sydney Kitts.
Sydney Kitts.
Yes.
Kitts, her first time up earlier in this inning. Reached on an error.
There's another little floater just over first base. The first baseman can't get to it. So sliding home for the score right now is Abby De Herrera. So De Herrera comes in to score. Says she dies. Everybody diving today.
Yeah, so that washing machine's going to get a good workout after this first inning here. Topper's still up here, and they're going to send Michaela Guillen. She is the 14th Topper batter of this inning. Unbelievable.
So here we go with Michaela Guillen.
And Michaela, her first time up, she hit. What did she do? Right? Yeah, she did get a walk.
She ended up walking, and so. That's fair. Out into deep left field, and that hit just inside the line, and so that's going to be an easy double for Michaela Guillen. And I cannot believe how the Tailtoppers are banging away here. And Rihanna Naranjo will come to the plate right now for Los Alamos.
And Rihanna had a huge blow earlier in this inning. A triple yes. To score 2 runs. And that one, I still can't believe that didn't get out, even with the wind. But it just died about 10 feet from the fence, at the bottom of the fence. But huge triple. So ready, and that was going to be outside. Isabel Lucero still on the mound for Taos. Actually, crazy enough, 11 runs in, she actually hasn't thrown that badly.
No, she hasn't. The Hilltoppers are just hitting. I mean, they're spot on this afternoon from that batter's box.
Yeah, they really are, and they've hit a couple of they've hit a couple of good pitches, and Isabel's thrown some nice pitches. Just but Toppers are just dialed in this afternoon, and Narano with a big fly ball out to center. Well, Wynn knocked that one down too, and that is finally going to be caught for out number 3. But holy moly, 15 batters go to the plate. That is quite the inning. So the Toppers get 11 run. Now I got to count up the hits, and I haven't been keeping track. So 1,
so they had 11 runners, and they scored 11, left 1 on, and then of course the 3 outs. So
11 runs on 7 hits for the Toppers. A couple of 2 doubles and a triple in there, and then 3 errors for the 2 errors for the Tigers, 1 left on base, so 11-0. So the Toppers, they're in pretty good shape to close out their district season, Gene.
Yeah, I think so. So, well, let's see. We got the 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5 batter coming up now for the Tigers.
Yep, and that will be Amaya Espinoza. She's the 3rd baseman. She'll be followed by Mia Gintet, the 2nd baseman, and then we run into a little bit of a problem there, but we'll see if we can figure that out.
Yes.
Yeah, just we can tell you what we think the lineup cards is.
So Maya Espinosa at the plate right now. So what position does Amaya play?
Maya is the 3rd baseman. Maya's ready, and Cedillo, wow, nice fastball to start things off. Cedillo was throwing very, very hard in that first inning.
Yes, she was. Wow. I mean, that was ball within the catcher's mitt before the swing. Boy, did she sing that thing in. So looks like that. Well, I thought that caught the corner. I thought she was going to get her in 3 straight pitches, but boy, she just. So there's a foul ball, right side.
1-2 the count for Cedillo. And another fastball way behind on that, but she does foul it off. Heading, that's the 3rd or 4th foul ball into the parking lot, Gene. And they haven't hit a car yet, and I'm stunned.
Yeah, I know, but I can't believe, like we were saying the other day, that people park behind the fence and park right behind the field.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's just asking for either a dent in their hood or a dent in their head. I mean, that's or a broken windshield. So still 2-2 the count, as a couple of foul balls by Espinoza, hanging in there pretty good. Finally blown away with a high fastball, and down she goes for out number 1. Nice. You're throwing very, very hard tonight, or this afternoon rather. Mia Gintet, next batter for the Tiger. She is the 2nd baseman. A right-handed batter, and another fastball. Boy, Nadia isn't messing around. She is just going after people and just nothing but hard stuff so far.
Yeah, I know it. She just, everything she's singing, she just coming. I haven't seen her throw any kind of a floater or anything at this point. She's whacking them in. now. Wow. It's really blowing now. You know, ball into center field, it's going to go as far as second base.
Yeah, and it is blowing straight in from center. I mean, on a line, and it's whipping around pretty good. 1-2 the count to Jean Tent, and that is going to another fastball that will take her down for out number 2. So Cedillo is just facing one more than the minimum so far through an inning and 2/3. And let's see who we can figure out who's up now.
I have no idea.
Let's see. We have. So we think this is Jasmine Mondragon. That is not a fact.
No,
that is our best guess, but Mondragon right-handed batter, and holy moly, that might have been Cedillo's hardest pitch yet. Right on the outside corner, 1-1 the count, and that one's going to run in. Oh, I thought that was going to run inside, but it does catch the inside corner. 1-2 the count, and Mondragon, if that in fact who this is, she hadn't even gotten the bat off her shoulder yet. But they're just swinging a miss, and that'll do it. So
3 up, 3 down.
Cedillo strikes out the side, and no runs, no hits, no errors, no balls actually getting into play, and nobody left. 11-0 in favor of the Toppers after an inning and a half.
Yes.
And Gene, of course, everyone at home, you're listening on the Los Alamos Daily Post YouTube channel, listening to softball here from balmy, ocean breeze, White Rock Overlook Park here.
Right.
Boy, oh boy, yeah, and I love spring. I love spring. Just pretty as a picture every single day.
Oh yeah,
it's almost it almost gets boring. It almost gets boring. The weather out here.
No wind, perfect temperatures.
Yeah.
You
Can't beat it.
No, you cannot.
So coming up for the Toppers will be scheduled to come up rather Hannah Bergerman. She'll be followed by Lindsay Ferran and Denalisa Rodriguez. And but that is assuming we're not going to see any changes or anything. And then Toppers 11-0 cushion. Do have a little flexibility in that department should they want to take advantage. Lucero's still out there. She's pitching for the Tigers this afternoon. Like I said, she actually hasn't been throwing that badly.
No,
it's not like she's throwing a bunch of meatballs or anything. Los Alamos is hitting everything that's thrown up there.
Yeah, so right now we have, let's see, this is.
No, this is not Hannah Bergerman.
No, Hannah Bergerman is the last batter. Hannah Bergerman got stranded, but Rihanna Naranjo I had as the last batter. This one is
well, let's see if we can figure out who this is.
21. It says
21.
Lee Warwick.
Kaylee Warwick, that's correct.
Yeah, you're right. So
yeah, she is pinch hitting here. We'll see if she stays in the game. 1-1 the count to Warwick as she squares to bunt. And don't think she got it. And that's going to be a strike. 1-2 the count to Warwick. The Tigers all playing bunt defense here. 1-2. Now, nice pitch there by Lucero. Just a spinner right on the outside corner. Nothing much Warwick could do with that.
No, she took a lot off of that one. So called strike on Kaylee Warwick. Let's see.
I believe this is Ferran up again.
And that is Lindsay Ferran with a hard ball down to third base, which is actually going to go foul, just barely foul. So that let's see. So let's. Oh, wait a minute. Right? Yeah, Warwick batted for
Hannah.
For Hannah. That's right. So right now we have Lindsay at the plate.
Pops one up.
High popper.
Wow, went playing with that one a little bit too, but able to pull it in for the Tigers. Yeah. Yeah, so just got a face full of sand. Yeah, that was Maya Espinoza at third base. So she gets the second out. Oh, man, that hit me right smack in the face.
There's a hard ball right by third base. That's going to go out into left field. Wasting absolutely no time. And let's see.
That was Rodriguez.
Was that Annalisa?
Yes, it was. So she is aboard with 2 down, and that's going to bring up the top of the order once again. So Cedillo is batted each. I was going to say it's the third inning, but it's not the third inning. It's the second inning.
Yeah.
So this will be her third trip to the plate, however.
Yeah.
In an inning and 2/3.
Yes. So back right now we go to the pitcher for Los Alamos, Nadia Cedillo. The Hilltoppers haven't scored a run yet in this inning.
It's a problem.
And they've already got 2 outs. No, wait, they have 1 out.
No, there's 2 out.
2 outs. That's right. They do have 2 outs.
Nice pitch from Lucero. She does not get the call. Pretty good pitch to me. There we go.
All right. That's the Sahara Desert just came blowing past us.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one, and I had something happen. I have absolutely no idea what.
Me neither. All I could do is duck down, pull my baseball hat down, duck down. There's Lindsay Ferran. I'm Cedillo. Nice hit out into center field. She's going to stretch it to 3, and now she's going to stretch it to home, and she does. As they bring it in from center field, and they bring it into the relay, and then the relay throw from the catcher. Catcher can't handle it, so Maria, who actually, Nadia, let's see who actually ends up with a triple, and then comes home on the error. So that makes it now 12-0, and so at the plate should be Jamie Cisneros.
That is not Jamie. I think that is, if I'm not mistaken, Sierra Gonzalez. Pinch hitting.
Who is it?
That is Sierra. Whoa.
So Sierra Gonzalez.
Sierra Gonzalez, yes, the pinch hitter here. 2 outs here in the second inning. 13-0. And Gonzalez up 2-0 in the count to Lucero. There's a softball game going on, Gene. I get so much dust in my eye, I can't even see.
I can't either. That wind is coming straight at it. High fly ball. Wow. That's going to drop in out there in left field up against the fence. So coming in, the pitch hit this time. Sierra Gonzalez, and boy, she puts out a booming double out into left field, and the wind is just getting stronger and stronger.
Wow, so nice double there for Gonzalez. She ends up on second, and that's going to bring up Abby D. Hedena. She had a base hit, and she's 1 for 2. She also hit into a fielder's choice in that first inning.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right.
Let's see, we should make it now, what, 13-0?
13-0.
And this pitch is inside, throw down to third, and diving into third. everybody thinks they got to dive.
And yeah, we haven't really seen one necessary dive yet. I don't.
No, not at all.
How will anybody else know you got in the game?
Yeah, I guess so. That's it.
Yeah, my goodness. Wow, I've been to monster truck rallies with less dust than we're experiencing right now. Oh my goodness. So
that's going to put Gonzalez down at third base. Eric Gonzalez down at third base, and so Happy D. Herrera.
line drive into center field. That's going to drop in. Base hit. That will score.
Sierra Gonzalez.
That makes it 14-0. So the Toppers, should D. Herrera come around, the Toppers will be in position to close out this game in the next half inning. Via the phase one of the Mercy Rule. 15-0 after the other team has been to bat 3 times. So Abby messing around on the bases there.
Yeah, so there's 2 outs right now, 14-0. And Abby D. Herrera at the plate. She'll be followed maybe by Sydney Kitts. See what Maria Cedillo wants to do. And fouled out down the right sideline. I looked at the weather today. It said it was going to be partly sunny and about 50 degrees, and we might have wind gusts up to maybe 13 miles an hour.
Oh, I think we're at least at 13. And this is
ball. This is short.
Stanfield, by the way, is the pinch hitter, and she grounds out to the shortstop for out number 3. So the Toppers fall short. They only score 3 runs in this inning. On 1, 2, 4 hits, 1 Tiger error, and 1 left on base. So 14-0. So the Toppers will have to come up to bat at least one more time.
Yes.
To try to close this ball game out. But you know what? We're having such a good time out here, Gene. I just hope we keep going.
I know. I'm praying for a 7-inning game. You know, this is what it's all about. This is why we do this.
Yep, just days just like this.
Yes, perfect days.
Oh my goodness, I am covered in dust right now, and our table's covered in dust.
I know.
And I've got a nice big drink. I'm sure that's mud by now.
Yeah, really.
But in any event, wow, what a day! So in any event, coming up for the Taos Tigers, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, and let's see if we can try to figure out who that is. We're not doing too hot so far. Let's see. Number 8 is due up. We have no idea who that is whatsoever.
Oh, here's the sheet.
There is not a number 8. Let's see if we might be able to make this out. So number 8, and that is, I can't even make a guess. I can't even make a guess what that is. So number 8 for Taos is up. She'll be followed by somebody Sanchez. Actually, we may know who that is. Hang on. Carissa Sanchez, I believe. The catcher, and then followed by the top of the order. So.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So. Anyway. So right now we have the mystery batter up.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 the count. So Cedillo still pitching. Toppers look like they haven't made a whole lot of defensive changes.
Called strike.
Wow.
And boy, I tell you, that was a Leslie Nielsen call all the way.
I was going to say, unfortunately, the umpire just, didn't barely made any kind of move to the. Wow, that was Steve right.
Boy,
Three. Did the moonwalk.
He did everything.
All right, that was a good one.
Yeah. So who do we think is up now?
We believe this is Carissa Sanchez, the catcher, number 5, and that pitch is low. 2-0 the count to Sanchez, and we'll swing around to the top of the order to Selena Shropshire.
Strike. So
2-1 the count now. Cedillo, despite having plenty of time in between innings, is throwing very, very well. Another very hard fastball.
And now we go. The count goes to 2-2. There's one away. Here we're in the top of the third inning. That 2-2 pitch, swing and miss. So that's makes it 2 away, and we come around now to the, like Mike says, to the top of the order.
Now that's Selena Shropshire. She is the center fielder. Gene, the Toppers have recorded 8 outs against the Tigers. All 8 have struck out.
Yeah.
So there is the Tigers have not put a ball in play so far.
No, they have not. They got on a walk. Let's see. They got on
And that
a
was
walk.
it. That was kind of interesting.
That was it.
Yeah, Shropshire was blown away in 3 pitches. Then next four pitches to Gutierrez were all balls.
Yeah, see 4 pitches. This pitch is going to be low.
I'm not, Cedillo, I don't think has thrown 4 balls since that time. She has just been absolutely dialed in right on the outside corner. We were just about to see another Leslie Nielsen.
There's a Leslie Nielsen call. Awesome.
That's what you like to see.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Although there is some controversy about that. Was that Leslie Nielsen or was that Enrico Palazzo?
This is going to be high and outside.
We'll just never know.
Yes. Okay, so
full count now.
There we go. Full count. Swing and miss. That's that. So 3 up, 3 down again.
So 9 strikeouts out of 10 batters for Nadia Cedillo. She is, this is as well as I think we've ever seen her throw.
Oh yeah, it's been fantastic, and so the Hilltoppers need 1 run. This ball game is over.
And the second after they score that run, the wind will completely disappear. The sun will come out. It'll be 75 degrees.
Yes. I'll have to shed about 3 of these coats I'm wearing. So do we have the same pitcher?
Yeah, still Lucero out there. And boy, just a tough afternoon for her. Just interesting, pretty solid pitcher. She throws a lot of stuff. She's got a lot of stuff in her arsenal. Just she's running into a buzzsaw today.
So she's going to face Michaela Guillen, right? Yes.
Yes.
Michaela Guillen, and then Rihanna Naranjo, and then let's see, and then Hannah Bergerman.
Yep, those are due up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to the Los Alamos Daily Post YouTube channel, and you're listening to Hilltopper softball between the Toppers and the Taos Tigers.
Yes.
So this is the regular season finale for Los Alamos. watch the Daily Post coming up in the next few days, and we'll let you know where the Topper softball team and the Topper baseball team end up in the playoffs. Topper baseball team is already clinched as well. They're playing their season finale as we speak, Gene. They are up in, the only place I think that has better weather right now than where we're sitting is probably up there in North Mesa at Bomber Field.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers had a doubleheader last Saturday against Moriarty, and they had no trouble with Moriarty whatsoever. So right now, the Topper boys are undefeated in district. This pitch is high, but yeah, they were undefeated in district, so they're sitting right now at 11-0 in district.
And interestingly, the Tiger baseball team actually a fairly solid team. As Ginn lifts one foul and out of play.
Yeah, down the left field line is interesting. They had the double headers on Saturday, but we couldn't go to the double headers because all members of the Daily Post, we went down to the fantastic dinner at the La Fonda Hotel, and thrown by the YMCA. Base hit right down the middle, right out into center field. And Michaela's going to come around first and hold up. But we went down to La Fonda. It was a Los Alamos, it was a YMCA occasion where they had a really, really nice banquet, and then they had an auction, and they had that big band, the Los Alamos big band, and we had a great time down there representing the Daily Post. That ball gets away from the catcher, and Guillen easily down to second base. So right now, Michaela Guillen is the winning run for Los Alamos. At the plate is Rayana Naranjo. There, she whacks one down the third baseline. And if necessary, she will be followed by Hannah Bergerman. But
we are one base hit away from this game being over early. 14-0 in favor of the Toppers.
So there it is.
Yeah, that will drop
out of center field. That's going to bring home. In fact, she's going for 3. She said she's going to go for a home run, and she does. So that will do it. Well, they actually scored 2 runs, but I don't even know if they're going to even count the last one.
Actually, they will count the last one. I kind of wish the Topper coach had put the brakes on that and just hold her up. But that wasn't that last run wasn't 100% necessary.
No.
But in any event, an inside the park home run, and that'll do it. The Toppers win 16-0 over Taos in 2+ innings, and Nadia Sedilla, the winning pitcher, 9 strikeouts and 10 batters faced. No balls actually getting into the field of play for the Topper defense, and Toppers score 11 runs in the first inning and push 3 across in the second inning and 2 more to close out the game in the with 2 batters in the third inning. So Toppers win it 16-0. That's going to draw a curtain to their regular season. As we said, the Toppers will go to the Class 4A playoffs, and we will let you know in a few days exactly where it is they end up. The field will be announced, I believe, on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
So I guess if they're going to do what they normally do, I don't know what the NMA especially since the COVID thing. But when they basketball, they did go back to a regular schedule. But what they normally do, Mike, is like the Hilltoppers would host a 2 out of 3 Friday Saturday affair. Play 1 on Friday night and then 2 on Saturday if necessary. Best 2 out of 3, and then they advance to the wherever the state playoffs are going to be. Someplace like Cleveland and Albuquerque, and wherever. And so that should be the situation. So the next outing for the Los Alamos boys should be that 2 out of 3 2-day affair.
Yeah, and very likely the Toppers will host that 2 out of 3 series. And I got to tell you, I really like that 2 out of 3 baseball format. We had a situation where it was single elimination up until about half dozen years ago or so. So when they switched to the best 2 or 3, actually I think it was a little bit longer than that, but in any event, it was a situation, unfortunately, a little bit like softball. If you had one really good pitcher,
yes,
you could almost punch your ticket to the state semifinals.
Yes,
because you could throw him that first game. He'd have a 4 or 5 days of rest and throw him in the second round, and you're in the semifinals.
Yeah, all you had to do was win to 1, and unfortunately, I think that's the situation for the girls. I think the girls only play 1 game, single elimination. And Los Alamos, I think, would host that ball game. I think that's the way they do it. The first round at the higher seed, and then they go down to the state tournament. Interestingly enough, when you get to the state tournament, now it's double elimination. So the first game you play is a single elimination, unless they've changed things, and then the next games after that are double elimination. So it's a weird situation, but anyway, all we do is just follow the flock wherever it goes. So
we'll just we'll let you know what happens. Like I said, watch the Daily Post. Try to get something up for you when the field is announced. But both Topper teams will head over there. Topper baseball team, like we said, is finishing up its regular season up in North Mesa as we speak against the Taos Tigers. And Toppers will head to the playoffs as well. And they should get a fairly good seed out of that as well after sweeping the district baseball. And going into today, I believe Topper baseball had won 14 games in a row.
Yeah, they've they've just been on fire, absolutely on fire. They haven't lost forever, and of course, 12 games in district, and I mean they just, they're in really good shape right now, and they're playing very well and hitting very well. And of course, the Hilltopper girls bats are unbelievable right now. I mean, they're just whacking everything everywhere.
A lot of good things happening for Topper softball. Cedillo was lights out on the mound for Los Alamos this afternoon. So a lot of good things happening. This should be a very, very exciting playoff season. We're just hoping the weather stays like this the whole time.
Oh yeah,
we really are.
This is absolutely perfect, and so so right now to finish things up out here, So anyway, but I'm sure Mike will write up a nice little article all about the whole thing and give you all the details about what's going on with the state playoffs, because that's what's up next for Los Alamos high school softball and baseball. But and I notice now the wind dying way down.
Just in time. Just in time.
It is hardly blowing at all now. Now that this game has ended. So, like Mike said, as soon as the game was over, the weather was going to change, and boy, it certainly did. So, okay, Mike. Any last comments before we wrap this up?
Well, like I said, Toppers, seen them here in the district season. Been following them around. They look very, very good right now. A lot of things going well for Los Alamos softball. They should get a decent seed when the seeding comes out, and if the Toppers are going to play anything like they have, we've been seeing them play. They are definitely going to be a threat in the upcoming playoffs. So a lot of good things happening.
Oh yes, they certainly are. And so, but the final score here in 3 innings, and if not even a full 3 innings, 3 innings and a couple of batters, what it boiled down to was Hilltop take a 16-0, and that's the first phase of the mercy rule. If you're up by 15 after 3, the ball game is over. The second one is if you're up by 10 runs after 5. But Hilltoppers make it to the first phase of the mercy rule, win this one 16-0 over the Tigers. I thought the Tigers might do better because they played Milwaukee and then they played Espanola. I actually reversed that, but they just whacked both of those games. Bats were going crazy. They lost 4 games by 1 run. Unbelievable. But boy, it was all Toppers today. So this is Gene Mortensen for my good buddy Mike Mays and Charlene McHale back at her luxurious spa and studio, doing the honors of keeping everything going here for us, and the engineering part of his thing. John McHale, our photographer, Nate Lindback, our photographer, and I want to thank Carol Clark and the Daily Post for making all this possible. And also want to thank Carol Clark once again for the invitation to all of us to go down to the YMCA little get together down there. It was really, really enjoyable, and we all had a great time. And so, but that's going to do it for us. So have a great tomorrow, and you can have an even better Thursday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug that penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And sweetie pie, I love you so very, very much. Bye-bye, everybody.